Welcome back to the Hungry Palate, everyone. Today we're going to make aloo parathas, one of our very favorite flatbread. It's an Indian flatbread that is stuffed with potatoes, and the potato mixture has spices and herbs. I like to eat it with some yogurt. You can eat it with pickles, achaar, or just plain, like one of my daughters, it's a favorite food actually, and she loves to just eat it plain. Very popular Indian breakfast, especially in northern India. You can see, and it's like nicely stuffed with potato mixture, really delicious. I'm really excited to bring this video to you guys. So let's go ahead and make some aloo parathas. So for aloo paratha, I have 3 boiled potatoes. I'm going to show you how to make the filling for the paratha first. So I boiled potatoes. You can see they're like a little bit bigger than medium size. We will go ahead and mash that. I'll just mash and quickly show you how to add the masalas and the herbs in it, and then I will finish mashing them more and mixing them properly in there. So in here I'm going to add the dry masala. I have 2 teaspoons of chaat masala, and then I have half a teaspoon of garam masala. I have about 1/4 teaspoon of fresh cracked black pepper, and then 2 green chilies that I have crushed. You can use red chili powder in here as well if you want, like half a teaspoon of red chili powder. If you're chopping your chilies, make sure they are really fine, otherwise the parathas are going to crack when you are rolling them out. And then for herbs, I have used about 1.5 tablespoons of fresh cilantro that I have chopped, and then I'm using dill as well today because I have a lot of dill growing in my garden. If you don't have dill, it's okay, make sure you can just add cilantro then. So lots of herbs, and then some fresh ginger garlic that I have just pounded. You can grate them. It's about a teaspoon of ginger garlic paste. So all of this stuff goes in there, and then I will add a little bit of salt. Salt to your taste. Remember, there's salt in the chaat masala as well, so you want to make sure that you don't put too much salt. And then we will mix this all up and make it into our nice filling. Like you can see it right there. I'll mix that in a little bit. Let me show you how to do the dough. So for the paratha dough, I have 3 cups of whole wheat flour. I'm going to add a teaspoon of ajwain or carom seeds, and then about 2 tablespoons of oil. I'm using canola oil here. You can use whichever oil that you use for cooking. And then we will add a little bit of salt, because you want just remember that you also have salt in the masala or the filling, so just keep it accordingly. You want to mix it all up. Sometimes I also like to add, if you have like dry fenugreek leaves or dry kasuri methi or dry fenugreek leaves and kasuri methi are the same actually, or if you have dry mint leaves, I really like adding that to my paratha dough. So let me go ahead and add that a little bit. So here's dry mint leaves that I'm going to add today. That gives it an extra flavor. Tastes really yummy. Try to make a soft dough using the oil and the water here. Trying to use a little water at a time. So I've kneaded the dough, and you can see how how it should be. Basically, it should be a little bit little bit tighter than the roti dough, So it's not too soft, but it's not too hard either. So what we'll do now is we'll keep our dough covered for about 30 minutes before we make the parathas. And then here's how the potatoes look like after I've mixed all the herbs and the spices. So we'll cover this as well and keep it away. So after 30 minutes, when the dough has rested, we'll go ahead and make our aloo parathas. So we're going to go ahead and make the aloo parathas now. So I have I've taken out some dough. It's nicely rested. You can see I made a little ball out of it, like about this big. Now I will fill them with the the aloo masala or the potato mixture. You kind of lightly dust it in some flour, and then you want to make it into a round, like a round little bowl or a cup. So like this. And now you fill up with the mixture in there. So as I had mentioned earlier, the dough has rested for 30 minutes, and that gives time to the potatoes. If they're warm, make sure you never fill it with like a warm mixture. So you can see I have covered it like so, and then lightly trying to close the ball, and then like this. So you can see like it's nicely stuffed. My pan is already heating on a medium-high heat. You can use a tawa or a griddle or any kind of pan, and just take a little bit of flour and then roll it gently. Make sure that the mixture does not come out. If you're trying it for the first time, you can do it with less mixture if that makes you comfortable. This is like a nicely stuffed aloo paratha, just the way we like it. This is like one of our favorite types of parathas. You know, you can fill it up with different things. I have it on my blog, The Hungry Palate, recipe for potato as well as paneer mixture filled paratha. I will share the link, you can check that out. So we put it on the pan and wait for it to get cooked from that side while I go ahead and fill out the other one. So you can see it, I'll do it slowly. You can see I'm just trying to make sure the edges are a little bit thinner. They get folded, and then the bottom is a bit thick, so it's able to hold the mixture. Just so. You can see that? Add the mixture in there. And then gently pushing it down. We're trying to close it up, just like that. See? And then you just twist that and just push it in. If you want, you can pinch a little bit out. Make sure that there's no hole. Gently press it, just like that. It's time now we turn our paratha. Make sure we're cooking it on the other side as well. We'll cook it with some, you can add oil or ghee to cook it. I like to add a mixture of oil and ghee because if you're using only ghee, it tends to burn a lot. Another thing you can do is you can add ghee, the way I like to eat, or some makhan or butter after the parathas are made. There we go. So here we just make sure that it's nicely cooked. You can press the ends and the middle just a little bit. Make sure they're cooked. Keep the heat on medium to medium high. Again, it depends on your griddle or tawa you're using also. If you feel that it cooks faster or if it's burning, then lower the heat. There's so many different types of stuffed parathas. Some of my favorites are green peas paratha, sattu paratha. I love gobi and mooli paratha as well, especially in winter time. Make all kinds of parathas. But aloo paratha it actually does top the chart of all the ones that we like as a family. So that's it. This is your aloo paratha. Yummy, delicious. It's all ready. You can eat it with some yogurt, achaar, chutney, whatever you like. I like to have it with a bowl of homemade yogurt. That's my favorite way to eat it. Hope you guys enjoyed the recipe. Please comment and write down what other parathas you would like to learn, and I will come back with the next recipe. Thank you.